In Ramadan, beauty changes its meaning. It is not in clothes, makeup, or appearance. You may look the same to people, yet your heart begins to feel different. Fasting softens the soul, quiets the ego, and reveals character. A woman who grows closer to Allah during this month carries a calmness that others notice without knowing why. True beauty in Islam is not what the mirror shows, but what behavior reveals. The way you speak, forgive, help, and remember Allah begins to shine more than anything external. Today we will talk about simple habits in Ramadan that slowly transform a woman's presence not by changing her face, but by strengthening her heart. 1. Gentle speech. Gentle speech is one of the first changes Ramadan tries to bring to your character. You may control your hunger all day, yet a few words spoken harshly can disturb your peace quickly. The tongue moves faster than thought, especially when you feel tired. Fasting slows your body so your reactions can slow as well. When you pause before responding, you give your heart time to choose wisely. This pause itself is an act of worship. A calm response protects both you and the other person. The believer's strength appears not in loudness, but in restraint. Hunger often makes emotions sharper. By afternoon, you may feel less patient and more sensitive to small issues. Someone repeats a question, a child asks for help, or a task takes longer than expected. In these moments, the tongue wants to react quickly. Gentle speech begins by noticing your own state. Recognize your fatigue and choose kindness intentionally. Lowering your voice is not weakness, it is self-control. When you respond calmly, you feel relief afterward instead of regret. Your heart remains peaceful because you did not release anger through words. Words leave deeper marks than you realize. A sentence spoken in irritation may stay in someone's mind long after Ramadan ends. You forget it quickly, but they remember it. Islam teaches responsibility for speech because it affects hearts. When fasting softens you, it invites you to protect others from harm. Speaking gently is a form of mercy. You become a source of comfort rather than tension. This mercy returns to you as emotional calmness. Gentle speech also transforms your own mood. Harsh words increase agitation inside you. Even after the conversation ends, you replay it mentally. When you speak kindly, your mind settles faster. You carry less emotional weight through the day. The fast feels lighter because your heart is not disturbed. Peaceful speech protects your inner state as much as your relationships. You begin noticing how much calmer your evenings feel. Sometimes silence is the best gentle speech. Not every comment requires response. When someone speaks with irritation, you can choose quietness instead of reaction. Walking away or changing the topic preserves your dignity. You are not ignoring the situation. You are protecting your character. Silence at the right moment prevents conflict from growing. Your restraint becomes visible to others and teaches more than argument. Gentle speech also includes how you speak about people when they are absent. Complaints, sarcasm, and negative descriptions affect your heart even if the person never hears them. The tongue shapes your thoughts. When you reduce negative talk, your mind becomes calmer. Ramadan trains you to speak less but speak better. Each word gains value because it is chosen carefully. Practice replacing sharp responses with simple, kind phrases. Saying thank you, offering appreciation, or acknowledging effort changes the atmosphere around you. Kind words require little energy yet create strong effects. You notice smiles appear and tension decreases. Your home becomes calmer because your tone became calmer. This influence is powerful and lasting. You may sometimes fail and speak harshly. When this happens, correct it quickly. Apologize sincerely and ask forgiveness. This humility strengthens your character. Gentle speech is not perfection, but effort. Each correction teaches your heart awareness. Over time, your reactions improve naturally. Ramadan is a training period. You are practicing a skill meant to continue after the month ends. When you carry gentle speech into daily life, your relationships improve. People trust you more and feel comfortable near you. Respect grows quietly through consistent kindness. A gentle tongue reflects a peaceful heart. As your connection with Allah increases, your speech naturally softens. You begin speaking to please Him, not just to express emotion. This awareness shapes your personality. True beauty appears when your words bring calmness wherever you go. 2. Patience with family. Ramadan places you closest to your family routines. You see each other more often, share meals, and manage daily responsibilities together. With hunger and tiredness, small inconveniences feel larger than usual. A simple request repeated several times can quickly test your patience. This is exactly where fasting becomes meaningful. Patience is not proven in calm moments but in difficult ones. When you choose a gentle response instead of irritation, you are practicing the real purpose of fasting. Your family becomes the place where your character grows. Often the people you love most see your reactions first. You may be polite with guests yet impatient with those in your home. Familiarity lowers your guard, and emotions appear easily. Ramadan teaches consistency. Kindness inside the home matters even more than kindness outside. Your home should feel safe and calm. When you respond with patience, you protect the emotional environment. Peace within the home supports everyone's worship. Children especially notice your reactions. They may not understand hunger, but they understand tone. If you react sharply, they feel tension without knowing why. When you respond calmly, they feel secure. Teaching them patience begins with showing it. Your behavior becomes their lesson. Ramadan becomes memorable for warmth rather than stress. They associate the month with comfort instead of fear. Spouses also feel the difference. Fatigue may create misunderstandings or miscommunication. A small disagreement can easily grow when energy is low. Choosing patience prevents escalation. Listening quietly before answering shows respect. You do not have to solve every issue immediately. Sometimes delaying discussion until calm returns preserves harmony. Patience protects love from unnecessary strain. Patience does not mean suppressing emotion completely. It means expressing it with care. You can still explain your needs without harshness. Gentle honesty prevents resentment from building. When you speak calmly, others respond calmly. Communication improves because tone improves. Ramadan trains you to express without hurting. You may notice that when you react impulsively, regret follows quickly. Words spoken in irritation remain in your mind. They disturb your peace even after the moment ends. When you pause instead, you avoid this emotional burden. You finish the day lighter. Patience protects your heart from unnecessary guilt. One helpful practice is slowing your response physically. Take a breath, step aside briefly, or change activity for a moment. This short pause resets your emotions. Your mind regains balance before speaking. Small pauses prevent big conflicts. The effort feels small, but the effect is large. Serving your family with intention also increases patience. When you view daily tasks as acts of worship, they feel meaningful rather than exhausting. Cooking, cleaning, and helping become opportunities for reward. Your perspective changes your emotional reaction. Gratitude replaces irritation more easily. There will be moments when patience fails. When this happens, correct it quickly. Apologize sincerely and restore calmness. Repairing a moment teaches humility. Your family learns forgiveness by seeing you practice it. Relationships grow stronger through honest correction. Patience with family transforms Ramadan into a peaceful experience. Hunger becomes a teacher rather than a burden. Your home becomes a place of comfort and support. This patience continues beyond the month, shaping your character permanently. True beauty appears when your closest relationships feel your calmness every day. And 3. Consistent Qur'an time. Consistent Qur'an time is one of the most transformative habits you can build in Ramadan. Many sisters intend to read large portions, yet they wait for the perfect quiet moment. That moment rarely appears. Responsibilities continue, and days pass quickly. The heart needs daily nourishment, not occasional intensity. Even a few verses read regularly affect your emotional state. The Quran was revealed in Ramadan to guide hearts gently. Beginning with a small daily connection allows its effect to settle slowly. Consistency matters more than quantity. When you read every day, the Quran becomes part of your routine rather than a task. Your mind starts expecting that moment. After prayer or before sleep, you meet with the words of Allah calmly. This familiarity builds comfort. You no longer feel pressured to accomplish large amounts at once. The relationship grows naturally. You approach recitation with presence instead of anxiety. Many people delay because they feel they cannot concentrate fully. They want perfect focus before they begin. In reality, concentration develops through repetition. At first, your thoughts wander, but gradually they settle. Each day becomes easier. The Quran trains your attention gently. You do not need perfection to start. You need willingness. You may notice emotional changes quickly. Reading daily reduces inner tension. Your reactions soften and your patience increases. This happens because the Quran reminds you of purpose and perspective. Problems feel smaller when your mind reflects on guidance. Calmness becomes visible in your tone and behavior. Consistency also protects your fast. Hunger alone can make you irritable. The Quran balances that physical challenge with spiritual nourishment. Your body abstains while your heart receives. The day feels meaningful rather than exhausting. You remember why you are fasting. Choose a fixed time. After Fajr often brings clarity because the mind is quiet. If mornings are difficult, choose evening. The specific time matters less than the regularity. Linking recitation to a routine makes it sustainable. The habit strengthens because it has a place. Keep your goal manageable. A few pages daily can be maintained. Overloading yourself leads to interruption. Sustainable worship builds lasting connection. When you protect a small portion, you rarely skip it. Success motivates continuation. Understanding even one verse deeply is valuable. Reflection brings the words into your life. You begin applying lessons to daily situations. The Quran becomes guidance, not only recitation. Its meaning shapes your decisions and reactions. Listening also helps. Hearing recitation while resting or traveling keeps your heart engaged. You remain connected even during busy moments. The sound itself calms your emotions and focuses your thoughts. Some days you will feel tired. Do not skip completely. Read a shorter portion but maintain the habit. Continuity protects the relationship. Missing occasionally is human, but returning immediately is important. You may find yourself thinking about verses during the day. A phrase returns to your mind while working or speaking. This shows the Quran settling into your awareness. Guidance becomes part of your thinking. Consistency builds confidence. You feel closer to Allah because you meet His words daily. This closeness changes your outlook. You handle stress with greater steadiness. Avoid comparing your amount with others. Each person's capacity differs. Allah values sincerity within your ability. Your steady effort is meaningful even if small. As the month continues, you notice deeper tranquility. Prayer feels calmer because your heart is prepared. Worship becomes easier. The Quran supports every other act. Carry this habit beyond Ramadan. When the month ends, continue a small portion daily. The connection remains alive. Consistent Quran time becomes a lifelong source of stability and inner peace. 4. Quiet charity. Quiet charity is one of the most beautiful acts a woman can practice in Ramadan. Giving is encouraged throughout the year, but when done privately, its effect on the heart becomes deeper. You help someone, yet no one knows except you and Allah. There is no praise, no attention, and no expectation of thanks. This secrecy protects your intention. The act becomes purely for Allah. When the heart gives without being seen, sincerity grows. You begin feeling a special closeness because the action belongs only between you and your Creator. Many times we enjoy appreciation more than the act itself. Human nature loves recognition. Quiet charity gently trains your heart away from seeking approval. You give without mentioning it to friends or family. You resist the urge to explain what you did. This restraint purifies your motive. Your focus shifts from people's opinions to Allah's pleasure. The sweetness you feel afterward is different from any compliment. Charity does not have to be large. A simple meal shared with someone in need, a grocery bag left quietly, or support offered privately carries great value. Ramadan multiplies small deeds. You may feel your contribution is little, but Allah measures sincerity, not size. When you give from what you can, you strengthen generosity inside your heart. Small acts repeated often create a generous character. Quiet charity also softens emotions. When you notice someone's hardship and respond with kindness, your own worries feel lighter. Compassion replaces self-focus. You begin appreciating your blessings more deeply. Gratitude increases naturally. The heart cannot hold deep gratitude and deep dissatisfaction together. Helping others reminds you of Allah's mercy in your own life. Another benefit is humility. You realize you are only a means of help, not the source. Allah provided you the ability to give and the opportunity to serve. This awareness removes pride. You no longer see yourself above others. Instead, you feel honored to participate in goodness. Humility protects your spiritual growth. Giving privately protects the dignity of the person receiving. They do not feel exposed or embarrassed. Your kindness reaches them without harming their self-respect. Islam values preserving honor. Quiet assistance supports both their needs and their feelings. This sensitivity is part of true beauty in character. You may also notice that secret charity increases inner peace. Knowing you helped someone sincerely calms your heart. The satisfaction is quiet and lasting. Unlike public praise, it does not fade quickly. You remember that Allah witnessed your effort, and that awareness comforts you deeply. Sometimes you hesitate because you think you have little to offer. Charity is not limited to money. A meal prepared, a message of support, or time spent assisting someone counts. Intent matters. When you act sincerely, every effort carries reward. Opportunities for giving appear daily when you look attentively. Practicing quiet charity regularly changes how you see people. Instead of judging, you begin understanding. You become more gentle in speech and patient in behavior. Helping others increases empathy. Empathy strengthens relationships and emotional maturity. You may involve your family gently. Encourage children to participate without announcing it. They learn kindness without seeking recognition. You are teaching them that goodness does not need an audience. This lesson shapes their character long after Ramadan. Quiet charity also protects your fasting. Acts of giving fill your day with purpose. Hunger feels lighter when your heart is active in compassion. Your focus shifts from discomfort to service. The fast becomes meaningful rather than difficult. Consistency matters. Choose a small act you can repeat. Regular giving builds a habit of generosity. The heart becomes accustomed to helping naturally. What began as effort becomes instinct. After some time, you may feel stronger connection in your worship. Your prayers feel more sincere because your actions reflect your faith. Charity supports sincerity. You are not only asking Allah for mercy but practicing mercy yourself. Remember that Allah knows every hidden deed. Even if no person ever learns of it, your reward is mahfuz with Him. This certainty strengthens trust. You feel content even without recognition. Quiet charity leaves a lasting mark on your personality. You become known for kindness without trying to be noticed. Your presence comforts others because your heart has learned compassion. This inner softness becomes a true form of beauty that remains beyond Ramadan. 5. Forgiving quickly. Forgiving quickly is one of the deepest changes Ramadan encourages. Many sisters carry small hurts from daily interactions. A comment, a misunderstanding, or a forgotten effort remains in the heart longer than expected. During fasting, emotions feel more sensitive, so the memory stays active. When you hold on to it, your mind keeps returning to the same moment. Forgiveness does not mean the event was acceptable. It means you choose not to let it occupy your heart. Ramadan invites you to free yourself from emotional weight so your worship becomes lighter. The heart cannot focus on remembrance while replaying past conflict. You may stand in prayer but continue the conversation in your thoughts. The fast becomes physically difficult because your mind remains tense. When you release the resentment, your concentration improves. You feel calmer almost immediately. Forgiveness is not only kindness toward others, it is relief for yourself. Sometimes pride delays forgiveness. You feel that letting go means losing dignity. In reality, emotional control is strength. Choosing peace over argument shows maturity. You are not ignoring justice. You are protecting your spiritual state. Allah sees your patience even when others do not. You may wait for an apology before forgiving. Waiting keeps your peace dependent on someone else's action. Ramadan teaches independence of the heart. Forgive for Allah's sake, not because the person deserves it. Your intention transforms the act into worship. You gain reward regardless of their response. Forgiveness also changes your facial expressions and tone. A heart free from resentment speaks gently and smiles naturally. Others feel comfort near you. Emotional lightness becomes visible. People trust those who do not carry bitterness. Your presence becomes calming. You may worry the hurt will repeat. Forgiving does not remove wisdom. You can forgive while maintaining boundaries. Islam encourages kindness and caution together. Release anger but keep understanding. This balance protects both your heart and your future. Making dua for the person helps greatly. At first it feels difficult, yet prayer softens the heart gradually. Asking Allah to guide them replaces hostility with calmness. Your emotional reaction weakens because you changed how you think about them. Forgiving quickly prevents escalation. Small issues remain small. When you delay forgiveness, minor events grow into major conflicts. Early release stops this growth. Your relationships remain stable and easier to manage. You may notice physical relief as well. Emotional tension affects your body. Shoulders relax, sleep improves, and your mind feels clearer. The fast becomes lighter because the burden is removed. Forgiveness benefits your health as well as your spirit. Teach yourself to pause after hurt. Instead of reacting immediately, step back and breathe. This short space prevents words you might regret. Time allows perspective. Often the issue feels smaller after reflection. Remember your own mistakes. When you recall your need for Allah's mercy, forgiving others becomes easier. You seek forgiveness daily, so you offer forgiveness daily. This humility deepens your sincerity. Forgiveness strengthens family bonds. Homes become peaceful when grudges disappear quickly. Communication improves because fear of conflict decreases. People feel safe expressing themselves. Your home becomes emotionally supportive. The more you forgive, the easier it becomes. Your heart trains itself toward calmness. Resentment loses its hold. You respond with understanding rather than reaction. Ramadan is a month of Allah's mercy. You hope He forgives your shortcomings. Showing mercy to others reflects your hope. You practice what you seek. Your actions align with your prayers. When you forgive quickly, your heart remains open for worship. You feel lighter and more focused. The fast begins affecting your character. Forgiveness becomes a lasting habit that continues beyond Ramadan, bringing peace into every part of your life. 6. Guarding the tongue from gossip. Guarding the tongue from gossip is one of the most protective habits you can develop in Ramadan. Many people think fasting is mainly about hunger, yet the tongue often breaks what the stomach preserves. Gossip may seem light, just conversation to pass time, but its effect on the heart is heavy. When you speak about others in their absence, your focus shifts from self-improvement to judging others. Ramadan was meant to purify your inner state. The moment your speech turns toward people's flaws, your attention leaves your own growth. The heart loses softness because it becomes busy with criticism. Often gossip begins very casually. You sit with others and a story is mentioned. At first you only listen. Soon you add a detail, then a comment, and the discussion continues. It does not feel serious, yet afterward your heart feels unsettled. You may notice less concentration in prayer. This is because the tongue influences the soul. Words are not temporary sounds. They shape inner awareness. Guarding speech protects your focus in worship. Sometimes gossip is disguised as concern. You may say you are only sharing information or explaining a situation. The intention feels harmless, but the effect remains the same. If the person would feel hurt hearing your words, it is better left unsaid. Islam teaches awareness of impact, not only intention. Choosing silence keeps your heart clear. Gossip also increases comparison. Hearing about others' mistakes creates a subtle feeling of superiority. Pride quietly enters the heart. Instead of humility, you begin noticing faults around you. This attitude weakens sincerity. Ramadan trains humility. You reflect on your own improvement, not others' shortcomings. You may notice that gatherings filled with gossip leave emotional heaviness. Afterward, your mind replays conversations. You feel uncomfortable without knowing why. Negative talk fills the mind with negativity. Peaceful speech brings calmness. Protecting your words protects your emotional state. Avoiding gossip does not require isolating yourself. You can gently redirect conversation, change the topic, speak positively, or remain quiet. People often follow your example. Silence at the right moment teaches more than argument. You are not correcting harshly, you are guiding softly. Another helpful step is remembering accountability. Every word is recorded. This awareness increases mindfulness. Before speaking, you pause briefly. That pause prevents regret. Gradually, it becomes natural to choose beneficial words. Guarding the tongue also protects relationships. When others know you do not speak badly about people, they trust you. Trust builds respect quietly. You become someone others feel safe around. This respect comes from character, not effort. Use your tongue for remembrance instead. Replace idle talk with dhikr. Simple phrases during daily tasks keep your heart engaged. The same tongue that could harm becomes a source of peace. Your speech begins to reflect your faith. You may slip sometimes. If you realize you spoke wrongly, correct yourself immediately. Seek forgiveness and avoid repeating it. Quick correction strengthens awareness. Mistakes become lessons rather than habits. Gossip often comes from boredom. Filling your time with purposeful activity reduces temptation. Reading, helping, or reflecting keeps your mind occupied with benefit. Your conversation becomes meaningful rather than idle. Listening matters as well. Hearing gossip silently encourages it. Gently excusing yourself or redirecting shows respect without confrontation. Your quiet action protects your heart and influences the environment. As you practice this habit, you notice your prayer improving. Concentration increases because your mind is cleaner. The heart feels lighter because it is not carrying others' faults. Guarding the tongue is continuous worship. Every restrained word carries reward. The effort may feel small, but its effect is large. Character strengthens gradually. When you protect your speech in Ramadan, you carry that discipline beyond the month. Your words become thoughtful and beneficial. People feel peace in your presence because your tongue brings comfort, not harm. 7. Remembering Allah often. Remembering Allah often is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits in Ramadan. Many people think worship requires a special place or long time. Dhikr shows that connection can happen anywhere. While cooking, walking, or resting, your tongue can quietly remember Allah. These small moments keep your heart awake. Fasting removes physical comfort, and remembrance replaces it with spiritual comfort. You begin to feel supported throughout the day rather than only during prayer. The heart was created to attach to something. If it remains empty, worries quickly fill it. Continuous remembrance protects the heart from unnecessary anxiety. When your mind repeats simple phrases, your thoughts slow down. Instead of replaying concerns, you return to trust. Dhikr becomes a gentle anchor. You notice calmness appearing, even in busy moments. You may feel you lack time for extra worship. Dhikr does not require extra time. It fits inside your routine. While preparing meals or cleaning, you can quietly recite. The activity continues, yet your awareness changes. Ordinary tasks become meaningful because they include remembrance. This transforms daily life into continuous worship. Consistency matters more than length. Short phrases repeated regularly shape your heart gradually. You are not performing a performance, you are building a relationship. Each repetition strengthens awareness. Over time, remembrance becomes natural rather than effort. Dhikr also softens reactions. When irritation appears, remembrance interrupts it. You pause instead of reacting. This brief pause protects your speech and mood. The habit influences behavior directly. Your patience increases without force. Another benefit is emotional stability. During fasting, energy fluctuates. Hunger and tiredness can affect mood. Remembrance balances these changes. You feel steadier because your focus remains higher than physical discomfort. The day becomes lighter. Morning and evening are especially helpful times. Starting your day with remembrance sets intention. Ending with remembrance brings peace before sleep. Your mind rests easier because you placed your worries with Allah. You may worry about distraction while reciting. Attention improves gradually. Even if your mind wanders, continue gently. The purpose is connection, not perfection. Repetition trains presence slowly. Remembrance also affects your expressions. Calm hearts show calm faces. Others feel comfort near you without explanation. Your presence becomes reassuring. This is the beauty of inner tranquility. Teaching yourself simple phrases helps. Choose a few you can repeat easily. Familiarity increases continuity. The easier it is, the more often you remember. You will begin noticing gratitude increasing. Remembering Allah reminds you of blessings. Appreciation replaces complaint. Gratitude improves emotional well-being and relationships. Dhikr also prepares you for prayer. When your heart remembers throughout the day, prayer feels natural. Transition into salah becomes smoother. Concentration increases. Use moments of waiting wisely. Waiting for iftar or appointments becomes opportunity rather than frustration. Time feels purposeful. Even short pauses carry benefit. Over time, remembrance continues beyond Ramadan. The habit remains because it was gentle and consistent. Your daily life stays connected to Allah. When you remember Allah often, your heart feels accompanied. Loneliness decreases because awareness increases. True peace appears not from circumstances but from constant connection. Real beauty does not fade after Ramadan. When character improves, your presence changes permanently. People may not understand why they feel comfort around you, but hearts recognize sincerity. Allah looks at the heart and the actions, not the appearance. If you carry these habits beyond Ramadan, your beauty will not depend on what you wear or how you look. It will come from peace within. The most beautiful woman is the one whose heart is connected to Allah, because tranquility is the most noticeable